Alright, here is match number 3. This time we lost the die roll, so we'll have to see if we can pull out a win on the draw this time around. And we'll keep this hand. We'll be able to get a 2-drop into Thalia's Lieutenant and then a turn 4 Collected Company. So seems pretty good. Collected Company is definitely one of the best ways to recover on the draw, I would think. So our opponent has kept, but they're either deciding what land to play or they are off away from their computer for the moment. Could have been deciding what land to play, because as we've seen, it's a little bit of a challenge to figure out how to sequence lands in these green-white or Bant decks. And let's see what our opponent reveals. A forest. A forest. Okay, so they revealed the forest to the fortified village. So they already had a land in hand. Is that what it was? Why did they reveal a forest twice? Yeah, so they revealed the fortified village, played the oath, and then now they have 2 forests in hand. Got it. So we can search up an island here. Then we'll be able to play a fortified village untapped, and then the rest of our mana will also come into play untapped, and we'll be good to go. So forest number 1, and Hangerback Walker. Sure. Drawing 2 lands in a row there is not great for us. We need spells. Oh god, did I just mess that up? I did, quite badly. Well, I'm still going to play the Thalia's Lieutenant. It definitely sucks that we did not play our Pacifist. Too busy looking at our lands that we've drawn. Oh, Guardo. Alright. We can still recover from that. Thalia's Lieutenant will grow quite nicely, especially with the company in hand. But it really is unfortunate that we can't pressure this Nissa now. Yeah, that's going to cost us pretty big. And we drew another land, which is also bad for us. So we're gonna have to main phase this Collected Company and hope to hit well, like a Reflector Mage and another human, so that our Thalia's Lieutenant will become a 4-power creature. Then our Pacifist can attack. Reflector Mage, the Hangerback Walker. I mean, that's the ideal scenario. Well, that is pretty close to the ideal scenario. I think we definitely want the Reflector Mage. If we hit the Lieutenant, then we get a 5-power Lieutenant and a 4-power Pacifist. If we get the Tracker, we get a 4-power Lieutenant. Actually, we'd have, if we hit the Lieutenant, yeah, we'd have 4 and 5 power. If we hit the Tracker, we have a 3-power guy and a 4-power guy. But we have something that we can do with all of our lands that we've drawn, so I think we need to take the Tracker. Just helps us draw more gas. Reflector Mage or Hangerback. Main phase Avacyn. What up with that? And I guess we have a Ojutai's command. Sure. Yeah, I don't know about this play. Now we can crack 2 clues. So we can attack with our tracker and our Thales Lieutenant. Yeah. Main phase Archangel is interesting. Alright, so green white again. We're going to keep in the Ojutai's command. Pretty much the same sideboard plan. On the draw, taking planar outburst. It's kind of awkward if our opponent is also going into the planar outburst plan. I don't know how good that really is. Sigarda. Some green, well, declarations. I guess we can bring in negates since we think that our opponent is playing Outburst and Evolutionary Leap and obviously the Planeswalkers. Removal spells. A lot of targets there. I don't know, I'm going to try something just to see how it goes. I'll bring in the negates, declarations, Sigarda Outburst, and Den Protectors to just like play a grindy game. But since we're bringing in, what is this, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 spells that don't get hit by company, I'm going to try taking company out and just playing like a mid-range Bant deck. So we still need 4 cuts though. Really like how the inspector smooths out our draws. This doesn't feel good. Yeah, I think I'll take out the inspectors, but I do like them in this deck. I don't usually sideboard those out for anything. Still need to make some room. 1 tracker, 1 recruiter, 1 Ojutai's command, or 1 Dromoka's command. This is more of an experiment than anything, so I'm just curious how good the negates are in the matchup. I actually could have taken out a 3rd negate. Probably don't need that many. 2 might have been okay. This is so ugly, but I think we're keeping. Okay, that makes things a lot better. So now we can play Evolving Wilds, get an island, play Pacifist next turn, and then we can start playing lieutenants or trackers. Okay. Yeah, these Dromoka's commands, I probably do want all 4 if our opponent's playing Stasis Snare. We haven't seen Evolutionary Leap, but I assume it's there. don't really want to play this tireless tracker out if our opponent has a Dromoka's command waiting. But otherwise we're not using our mana very efficiently. So I think I will. Alright, another stasis snare. Well, in that case, I think I'm just going to play out a couple Thalia's Lieutenants. So if we use Dromoka's command, whichever enchantment is going to get sacrificed is sacrificed first. So the human's going to enter the battlefield, trigger the Thalia's Lieutenants. Oh, that's so bad. Well, the Sylvan Advocate just going the distance. We don't have anything to get back with the Den Protector yet, so I'm going to wait on that. Guess we can Declaration and then we can get that back with Den Protector. Sure. Finishing the thought on the Dromoka's command, if our lieutenants had lived, the way that the modes on the command resolve, the enchantment is sacrificed first, and then the fight would happen after that. What I'm not sure of is if the Thalia's Lieutenants triggers go on the stack when the enchantment is sacrificed, and if those triggers resolve before the fight or after the fight, or if this just resolves all at the same time. I think this resolves together, but in a certain order. So when the enchantment is sacrificed, that happens. We get our creature back, but I don't think we get to put other triggers on the stack before the fight happens. So I think we would still be fighting with our Thalia's Lieutenant before the human trigger resolved, but I'm not positive on that. Here we do want to get rid of this Nissa before it becomes an issue. So I like playing Pacifist, fighting with Nissa, making our opponent sacrifice an enchantment. And then we can sacrifice a Clue. Doing this before we play our land, just in case our opponent gives us a tireless tracker for some reason. If we draw a land, we're actually going to get to Den Protector, get back Dromoka's Command, get our Tireless Tracker back, and fight the Advocate. So we would be able to 2-for-1 with Dromoka's Command twice, which is pretty nice. And that lets our pacifist attack as well. Don't know what's going on with this card preview window, and it's really annoying me. I keep redefining the region in which the window is supposed to be taken from, and then it's not actually staying that way. It's just miserable. I'm assuming this is a Den Protector. If it is, then they'll be able to get back. I guess a Nissa is the best thing. I still think we want to do this Dromoka's Command play. If our opponent gets back Stasis Snare with the Den Protector, that's probably good for us. I'd rather see that than a Nissa. We could also save the Dromoka's Command for the Nissa, but I don't think we need to do that. Maybe we do. I think we just save it. Does nothing for us to play it now. Oops. Declaration Stone. Okay, so they wanted that instead of the Nissa. I'm surprised. So do I want them to have a choice of sacrificing the Leap or the Stasis Snare? I kind of just want this Tireless Tracker back, so I'll give them the Leap, unfortunately. But I think we need our own card advantage engine. Wow. Alright, that's going to be a lot of clues for us, so we just need to not die. Get a waste, since we don't have any colorless mana yet. I could attack there, but Dromoka's command would completely wreck me. They get another advocate. And they are playing Planar Outburst, so we know what plan they're on for sideboarding. I want to sacrifice my clues here because if they give us just the Den Protector, which I'm assuming they will, we won't be able to... Well, I guess it doesn't matter. It does not matter. If we draw a Dromoka's command, I don't know if we would even use it. Oh, God, did I just tap a blue mana to draw? I forgot about these negates. Jeez, that's so wrecked. So wrecked. The fact that we only have one blue source out is a little unfortunate too. But I should have tapped differently. Ugh, man. Tragic Arrogance killing our clues has been a problem this whole league. We have no true drops to get back. Well, we have an unblockable Den Protector, which is nice. I'm going to have to chump block with the Thali's Lieutenant. If our opponent tries to remove it in some way, we have negate, or we can just get it back with Odishai's command. Yeah, that works out pretty well for us. So we can get back Thali's Lieutenant again, or we can just draw a random card. Kind of draw a random card. That's not a good random card. Neither is that. Ugh. Well, we certainly punted when we couldn't negate the Tragic Arrogance. That was unfortunate. Now they have Westvale Abbey Evolutionary Leap. Seems good. Can't remember if we've shuffled since we put the Planar Outburst on our deck, or on the bottom of our deck or not, but I think we should shuffle just to make sure. It's not going to do it. Yeah, that was unfortunate. I didn't mind our plan, but we could have played better to win that game, I think. But our sideboard plan seems okay. On the play, I think I do want these Daroka's commands, especially since we saw all those stasis snares. The recruiters are not as good when we are really searching for non-creature spells. You know, our creatures are not the ones that are going to trump this matchup. Bring the Tireless Tracker back in. I don't think Gideon's very good. Griffspoon would have been good except for the Linvala, which is an issue. Maybe I'll take out one negate for a Griffspoon. This is not a good hand. We really need another mana. Maybe we should play 26 lands in this deck. I've thought about that. Hand just doesn't do much. Without a blue source? If we had a blue source, I guess I would keep. Alright, this is better. Still a little awkward, but it's better. Alright, our opponent is on 6 also. Dramoka's command. I'm going to keep that on top. Since we have the initiative here, I think the command will be good. Sure. No. I was trying to mess with one of my settings and I got distracted. This is not good. Streaming is hard, or recording is hard. I will say that. Hopefully we can Daroka's command something end of turn. Yeah, that sucks. At least we get to correct the clue. Declaration is a good one. Interesting that our opponent brought in Gideon. I wouldn't have expected that. Nissa. Nissa's a good draw. I think it's always a good draw. Looks very good here. So we get a Forest, then we get to Dramoka's command and kill the Gideon. Yeah, this Nissa is pretty good. Yeah, outburst I expected. We can attack with no fear since we have Ojutai's command in hand. Question is, what are we doing with the other mode? Getting back Athali's lieutenant doesn't do a whole lot. We have no humans on board. We have no way to pump it. Getting back a pacifist also doesn't do a whole lot. So I think we just have to draw a card. Keeping Evolving Wilds in hand for Tireless Tracker, but I do want to play the Yavimaya Coast so that we can activate Displacer. I don't know if we play around the second Avacyn. I guess we can just displace it, but I'd like to draw some more action. Running out of things to do with your mana is pretty hard to do with this deck. Maybe it made it a lot easier when we got rid of the companies. Den Protector. Ooh. Ooh. How are we doing this? I think we Den Protector. We Tireless Tracker. I don't think our opponent has an instant way, except Stasis Snare, to kill the Den Protector. Now we can make a clue and flip, get back Nissa most likely. Yeah, that's fine. Unless they have Secure the Waste, the Westvale Abbey is going to be fine. Okay. Well, that was a close match. Still unsure about the sideboarding. Not having collected companies didn't really hurt us there. We were able to just grind our opponent out. We both kind of ran out of gas, which is interesting. But the Den Protector seemed insane. The Nissa seemed very good. Declaration of Stone didn't actually seem great. Like, I was happy that our opponent declarationed because we lost a creature, but then we drew a Den Protector. So if they just trade off, basically they 2-for-1 to themselves, or 3-for-1 because it was a Den Protector. So I don't know. I don't know if Declaration Stone is what you want in the mirror. Maybe it isn't. Seems better for us because if they're playing tokens, then we can Declaration without any drawback. But when they have to kill our creature and give us a clue, we're able to use it a lot better. I don't know. Something to think about. Maybe we don't want declarations in the sideboard. Or in the sideboard, yes, but not for this matchup. Alright, we're 3-0 now. I think we were fortunate to win that match. We didn't play all that well. But let's head on into round 4.